So our next rule is number 8. Okay, after the 7, let us see some other rules, some other more rules. 8 rule says the tense will remain the same. As we have seen here, it was told second form of the verb, simple past tense. Here also was and stolen. The form is the passive, but it is still was, and third form it is still the simple past tense. In the direct and indirect, we have to change the tense also. The simple present will change into simple past. Present continuous will change into the past continuous. This way we have to totally change the tense. But here in the active passive, while changing from active to passive, we will not change the tense. The tense will remain the same. Simple present will remain simple present. Simple past will remain simple past. Present continuous will remain present continuous, and so on. Clear? So tense will not change, only the verb will change into the passive form and third form of the verb will be introduced. Clear? Now next is, if a verb has two objects, sometimes there are two objects in the verb, as I have mentioned in these two sentences. Two objects, one object is directly acted upon, on which direct action is done. That object is called the direct object. It is also a non-living thing. When there are two objects like living and non-living, the object will, indirect object will be the human being or the person, yes, and the direct object will be the thing, object, because the name itself is object and human beings are not objects. So we can treat them as indirect objects, human beings as indirect objects, and the object which is already an object, the thing, non-living thing, we can treat it as direct object. So when a verb in a sentence has two objects after it, we can make any one of them to be the subject in the passive. Any one verb will become the subject in the passive voice, and the second will be kept as it is after the verb. Second will retain its position. Okay, it will be kept as it is, and it is called a retained object. Retained means kept back. Look here. He handed her a chair. I'll solve it out here. Okay. He handed her a chair. One object, second object. We can solve it in two ways, both the ways. Okay. First, in the first case, I will keep her as the subject. So it will change a little form and become the subject. It will become she. Okay. She, then handed. So was handed. Simple past. She was handed what? After this verb, this is the verb, we have to keep the second object as it is. She was handed a chair. He is not fixed, we can leave he. She was handed a chair by him. If you want, you can add by him here. And second way of solving it, we can keep a chair as the subject. So A will be capital. A chair, okay. Maybe not visible to you. I'll write here a chair. Then again was handed a chair, was handed. Then you have to retain the second object to her. If necessary, you can write by him. Okay, by him. Now see the meaning. Chair was handed to her by him. Means he handed her a chair. Here also she was handed a chair by him. He handed her a chair. The same thing. So this way, any of the objects can become the subject in the passive, and the second object will be kept as it is. Now, one more thing. Another sentence. Who taught you French? Taught is the verb. Okay, here first object, second object. Both we will try one by one. Here you can write you. What is the? This is simple past. You. No, it is an interrogative question. So by whom? It will start by whom were you? By whom were you taught French? You will take were and taught French. By whom were you taught French? Second way of solving, you can take French in the beginning. By whom? Since it is an interrogative, I will teach you the patterns, how to change different types of sentences into passive voice. By whom was French. By whom was French taught to you? Taught you. By whom was French taught you? These are the two ways of solving this. In one we have kept French as the subject, and in the another we have kept you as the subject, and the second is retained after. Here French is the subject and you we have kept after the verb. It is called a retained object. Retained. Okay. Next rule says the perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous tense. And the fourth future continuous tense. Means wherever the word perfect continuous is there, in all the three tense, the fourth subtype, it has no passive voice. So all the three perfect continuous tense, present, past and future, has no passive voice. If a sentence comes in your paper, you may clearly write the perfect continuous tense has no passive voice. And also one more, out of the four subtypes in the future, the second one, that is future continuous, it has no passive voice. So out of your 12 tense, how many you have to deal with? Only the 8. Out of 12, 4 they do not have passive form. Clear? So this was your another rule. Now in this 11th rule, there was no space over here. So I will rub out this and then tell you. This 11th and the last rule tells you that these indefinite subjects or some pronouns are there, indefinite pronouns, how they change their form when they become the object in the passive, and how these objects in the passive, they change their form when they become the subject in the passive. Okay, from active to passive, when the subject changes from active to passive object, and when the object of the passive changes into the subject of the active, how they change their form. A little change is there. They will not be kept as it is. Like look here, she has become her, and this her will become she. Clear? This way, her will become she. So these are the changes. 7-8 points are there that I will tell you after rubbing out the board. Okay.